The men that y'all claim don't exist no more, I had that type of man. I had him. And I lost him because I was stupid, foolish, young, immature, possessive, mean, with a nasty attitude, ungrateful, entitled, and ignorant. I had a good man. One who gave me roses, romantic surprises, lingerie, gift baskets. He cooked, he cleaned, he had roses and candles lined up to the floor. He was romantic. He would throw me $1,000 even when he wasn't rich just to go get my damn hair done. My toes, my nails was there. He cared about me. He played old school music and slow dance with me. He fucked me good, took care of me, took care of my kids. I had a good man. And I lost him because first of all, was shocked that I even got somebody like that. I had never had nobody like that before. And I went into overdrive just doing stupid to try to control him and put my claws in him. And it was unnecessary because I had somebody who loved me for real and did not cheat. Loyal. Oh, loyal. If you got some man like that, please do the work. Be appreciative and be grateful. Don't be entitled. Do kind and nice things for him. Don't just be a taker. Give back. Respect him. Oh, respect him. Because that man, baby, he gone. He with a new woman. And she looked happy as hell. She looked happy as I did when I was with him. I'm happy for her. You live, you learn. But I'm here to tell you, you guys always say, oh, there's no good men that don't exist. They exist, but they are rare. And if they came into your life, take this message as go get some therapy, go get some help, go heal, go work on yourself, and pour back into that man. Because a good man will wake up one day. Good men are not blinded to the fact that they are a wonderful person to be with. They just love your ass. And when they love you, they stay and they stay and they stay and they stay because they hoping you will get it together one day. They're not staying with you because they don't know that they're a good man and they may not be able to get anything else. Oh, baby, he know. He counting down on your clock. He counting down on your clock. So work on yourself. Don't lose no good man, because I'm going to tell you, they are rare. And since I've been out here in these streets, it ain't nothing for me in these streets. They all trash. That's all. That's the tea. That's the word. I hope I can help somebody today.
Well, to be fair, at least you're taking accountability for it. And hopefully in the future, you can find somebody that appreciates that sort of accountability.
If you are a woman who wants a college-educated man, why aren't the college-educated men coming up to you? Particularly if you're in college, if you're around them. Why isn't that happening? Do you even make yourself available? How do you make yourself available to that? Why aren't they choosing you if that's what you want? Really, it may be really hard, but if you can actually honestly get to the root, or if you can get to the answer, then I think that's when change can really happen. Change can really happen when there's truth. The truth sets people free. It really does. But one of the reasons these kind of conversations go in cycles is because we haven't gotten to the truth.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
That entire conversation about the man who chose to go to his daughter's pre-K graduation over his wife's master's graduation is exhibit A through Z. Why I will never ever entertain or even date a man that already has a child and a family established. Because if I'm in your life as your partner, I expect to be first priority and number one. And if you have a child, I can't be first priority and number one. And if you have a child and you're making me your first priority and number one, that means you're a deadbeat dad. And I can't get with neither of that. So, again.
I mean, let's just think about who's going to be at the graduation to pick the daughter up. Well, I'm going to send my grandmother. Why? What? If it were the other way around, y'all would expect the man to be in y'all's face while you be over there with your son or your daughter. Y'all's standards are so confusing.
Why do men hesitate to approach women? He might have saw her, she was beautiful, he really wanted to say something, but he didn't. Rejection isn't just rejection anymore. It's embarrassing and he could be humiliated for it. Man just used to get turned down and that was it. That was the end of it. But now he gets filmed, mocked, or even insulted. Men aren't afraid of hearing no. They're afraid of you being cruel to them as a result of it. After he might have given you a compliment or asked to take you out. Women say, we want confident men, but then you tear down the men who are confident. Because when he approached you, you called him creepy, desperate, or weird. He watches as other men say the exact same thing to you, and your reaction is totally different depending on what that man looks like. For a lot of men, they've already been burned. They've approached women, and they've been rejected over and over again. And it gets exhausting after a while. Whether the woman laughed at him or her friends made fun of him, it's embarrassing. Sometimes it's just easier to not even date at that point.
So as someone who doesn't look their age, because black don't crack, it's so strange and like awkward when a grown-ass man be staring me in my face to figure out like, is she underage or can I talk to her? And I just be looking like, if they cute, I be like I'm grown. Anywho, maybe it's just me, I don't know.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first? Like, are you waiting on a girl to ask you want to date first? Because that's crazy to me. Like, when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're like making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not going to say something. How are you not going to say something? Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's so many like times that guys want to say something to girls and they don't. Like, is there a guy watching this that can give us some insight? Like, why don't you just do it? Why don't you just do it? Are you scared? Are you waiting for her to say something first? I like my man to be assertive and dominant. If you want to say something to me, say something to me. I'll give you the opportunity. I'll put my phone down. I'll drop the handkerchief. But I'm not gonna do it first. Should that not just be like the standard? Am I tripping? Like, tell me if I'm tripping. Let me know.
So we're living in a world right now where men want to approach women, but are confused because there are a group of women who want men to approach them politely, as a gentleman, introduce themselves. Then there's this other whacked out contingency of women who would literally scream at men in public if a man just politely came over and said hi. So because men have seen this all over the internet, these videos of women publicly humiliating men who are doing really nothing other than just coming over and saying hi, they are not coming up to anybody. So this is why women who want men to approach them in the wild are wondering, why aren't men coming over to me anymore? Like, what's going on? So what I encourage people to do is just always have an open energy. You want to be smiling. You want to be open and friendly and positive, magnetic.
She says no, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money like fall out of your bank account? What happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost, okay? And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity because you ain't getting no play. If you not approaching nobody, just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Today, I got my very first, you should smile more. You're pretty. Thanks. But look, honestly, I wasn't offended. He was really nice. It was a nice guy. I did laugh a little. I was like, yeah, thank you. I am pretty. But you want to know why I'm not smiling, sir? It is because I am a 5 foot, 100, maybe 5 pound girl walking around the city by myself, and I need to look tough. I need to look tough and scary, and honestly, that's really hard to do. So the least I could do is look angry, because you don't want to mess with a little Italian girl when she looks mad, okay? So I will smile on days that I feel obligated to smile, and I will look angry on days that I feel obligated to look angry. Thank you.
I don't think you guys truly understand that the men are actually giving you respect by ignoring you. They see your body language and they respect you by saying, I'm going to continue to move on. You don't have any power here. Not really.
I am being dragged by feminists for advocating to respect men. I have been told that I'm a slave, that I have no self-respect. Here's the funny thing though. Women will serve a stranger, a man, for a paycheck, but think that serving the man they say they love is slavery. Isn't that funny? And then the other thing is, seriously, my husband is a really good man. He's not perfect, but neither am I. He does so much for me, even around the house. We support each other's business. We pray together. I mean, where's the inequality, girls? Get it together. Like, we need to start thinking soberly and stop just eating this feminist propaganda. It's serving no one and is destroying our homes.
If she wanted to, she would. And if that stung a little, good. Men, please stop chasing women that show no effort. If she's not texting back, if she's not pouring her energy into you, she's not investing in you, she's not interested. This is not rejection, this is redirection. When you start showing up for yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, women will notice and then they'll flock to you. You gotta work on your purpose, raise your standards, build discipline, because those things attract the high value woman. If you're looking for more tips on how to become a high value man to attract a high value woman, then I highly recommend downloading the Mojo app for men, because if she wanted to, she would.
We have been saying online for years to not approach us places because we're not there for a man and we're just trying to do our own thing and don't want to be bothered with it. So men have stopped approaching women because of what women have been saying. You can't get mad at them because they actually listened.
I tried this new thing yesterday and I think that it really worked. I was walking down the street and this guy starts catcalling me and he was like, you look so baby, like you look so good today, blah blah blah. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh my god, thanks girl. And I just like flipped my hair and I was like, thanks girly pop. He looked so confused and he didn't say one more word. He was silenced, and to me that's a sign of success. So I'm gonna do it again and you should try it.
I mean, if that's working for you now, but at some point in time, if you continue to play these stupid games, you're probably going to win a stupid prize.
Why is this type of guy choosing to ignore women? Let's get into it. Because he knows the game. Women desire to be desired. Validates them to have a man's attention. A man ignores her, does not give her that attention. She takes notice. Now she may pursue more, or some women may fall back. But that's a chance this guy is willing to take. Either way, she does take notice and wonders why. Now, how long she wonders is dependent upon her self-esteem and level of security within herself. But regardless, we do take notice.
Men deserve the loneliness they are creating for themselves. I do not care about a male loneliness epidemic when a woman cannot walk outside and not be harassed. I left my Airbnb to go to the pharmacy to pick up my prescriptions. Minding my own business, I'm approached by not one, not two, 3 men. One trying to sell me some fake ass flowers, another hanging out of his car saying, do you need a ride? Me completely ignoring him because why would I give any fan attention? And then when he knows that I'm ignoring him, screaming out of his car, they are so unevolved, it's actually insane, and then throw tantrums when they don't get what they want. And what they want is to control us. It's not even that they actually genuinely want to connect with women, they want to harass women and exploit women. Oh, well, not all men are like this. Why don't you go start standing up to your buddy and stop telling me about a male loneliness epidemic? I do not care. I do not think that they deserve any of my sympathy, let alone any woman's sympathy or empathy for that matter at this point with how they have treated us across history and in the modern day. Get the fuck out of my face.
There's not a lot of men talking about the male loneliness epidemics. It's you talking to yourself about it. You're telling me, let's say that other guy was weird for hollering out of the truck, right? We can put him in the weird category. Don't do that. But the guy coming up to you trying to sell you something, I had somebody in the store the other day come up to me and ask me about something that they wanted me to be a part of. Didn't know me, just ran up to me, bum rushed me actually. Hey, how's it going? Putting stuff in my hand. And I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Had a 1 to 2 minute conversation, was not interested, and kept it moving. You guys really have to learn how to be just normal social human beings.
Sound to say something. If you're wondering why men are scared to approach women these days, then watch this. If the men compliment, I love your smile, billing. Hi, how are you, billing? Why haven't you eaten, billing? Let's go on a date, billing. How your mama, billing. Even if you send them a question mark, they go still want bill you on top. Right now, all they want to do is deduct, decrease, depreciate, and wreck you because they feel that you should be a truck made and filled with money before approaching them. So, if you don't have it, don't approach. Before they carry your matter, they discuss for their group. Marriage, never see.
I think you guys are really understanding that there's nothing really that you have worth billing for.
Oh, wow. You are gorgeous.
Oh, please. Let me just say that to all the girls you date.
Get out.
What?
Just get out, please.
What?
I'm sorry.
That's rude.
I'm sorry. That's rude of me. Just, can you please get out, please? I'm not trying to be rude. Just trying to be happy.
Whatever.
So.
Guys not making a move anymore is so frustrating because the amount of times that I've heard so-and-so has liked you before, like at this time. I didn't know if you felt the same way, so he never said anything to you. I've been getting that a lot recently, and I can't stop thinking, what if, bro? So guys, can you make a move again? Can we stop being afraid and just make a gesture? I'm never gonna make a move.
Right, so I've got a question, especially tailored to the guys of our generation, right? I don't know if it's a thing where guys don't move to girls anymore in public. I don't even know, but basically this happened to me on the train last week, and it's happened many times. Like, it's actually happened quite a few times, too many to count. I'm on the train, I look up, someone is coincidentally looking at my direction. I look up, they look away. I'm like, okay, maybe this was, you know, just casually just looking up and you just catch each other's eyes. But then it happened the second time. I just looked up from my phone and I just see dead in my eyes somebody staring at me, thinking, is there something on my face? The third time this happens, I said, okay, this is not a coincidence. What's going on? If you want to tell me something, please, I beg, tell me. And I'm one of the most least intimidating people you can literally imagine. I can literally have a conversation with a brick wall. I'm a very friendly person, but I don't know if my face says otherwise, because they'll just get off the train like nothing happened. And I'll literally be like, but sir, you have a beautiful face. I don't know. Is it me? Do I need to seem more approachable? Because I have heard that women have actually let guys down very harshly. So is it a thing where guys just don't move to girls anymore because of that? I don't know.
So instead of wishing the world was different, you, my friend, need to get better at laying your cards properly. So, as the novelty wears off, she loses emotional investment. You cannot outgame female nature. I'm going to say that one more time. You cannot outgame female nature. So let's move on to this side of the marker board. Women respect you more when you don't talk to them or desire to get to know them. I'm going to say that one more time. Women respect you more when you don't talk to them or desire to get to know them. So there's a friend of mine. Okay. This is what he said. He's about 25 years old and he came up to me and he was like, yeah, it was so wild. I was with these 4 women last night and we were all just talking at this party and I heard one of them say to the other, she goes, yeah, I don't know why I'm always so much more attracted to the men who are not trying to talk to me or give me more attention. This is what he said. This is what he said. This is what you're going to hear. This is what you're going to realize. This is what you're going to experience. Okay?
Why is being a big girl in a friend group on a night out such an exhausting experience? I went out last night with my friend, and all of my friends are 10 out of 10s, which I love for them and I love for me also. And it was so alarming to me how many men would come up to my friend trying to holler at her and completely ignore me. And this is not a new experience. Like, I've experienced this multiple times, but it just alarmed me because I don't be going out like that. And I'm like, wow, people are still acting like this? Like, really? In 2024, the year of our Lord? And it's such an interesting tactic because I don't need you to entertain me. A simple hello introduction is fine, but completely ignoring my existence is just very odd to me. And it's a very interesting approach. It's do you think this is getting you brownie points with my friend? What? Because if it was me and you completely ignored one of my friends, it's a wrap. I'm never speaking to you. But when guys do that, I hold a grudge for life. Even if this goes somewhere, I will never acknowledge your existence in my entire life. I will stand on business till I die and never speak to you again. You couldn't speak to me at first jump. I will never speak to you again, truly. And I'm so glad that I have done work to just become more secure in myself, because I know I looked good as hell last night. Nobody can tell me otherwise, but I know back in the day, that would not have been the case. I would have felt so insecure. I would have felt so down about myself and been oh my God, what does this mean? It doesn't mean anything. It just means that people are assholes. And I just hate that this is an experience that so many of us have to go through just because we are not what people are attracted to. It's weird. Honestly, it's odd. But what can we do?
As a woman, wanting to be picked by a man, celebrating being chosen by a man, bragging about being chosen by a man, learning how to be chosen by a man is wild because it goes against the laws of nature. In tribal times, men would bring gifts, offerings. They would put on a show for one woman in hopes that she would choose them. Even biologically, the woman chooses the sperm. That's why it's wild. The society is set up to center men. I can't even watch The Bachelor because the idea of a woman competing for a man or lining up around a man, and he gets to choose out of all the, it's so incorrect. So if you find yourself wanting to be chosen by a man or doing something and hoping he's going to choose you over another girl, or celebrating or bragging that you've got a great man and that he chose you, Eve was the crown jewel. She was the last thing created. She was a gift to Adam. How are we not getting it? You should not want to be chosen. You were born chosen. You're the chooser. That's why all of this feels so hard. That's why we're not choosing well. Because we're not learned. We're not taught to choose because we're trying to be chosen.
You are aware that a lot of kings had concubines and different wives. But even if you want to say, oh, well, that was because they didn't have a choice, they were given away, it was part of an arrangement. Okay, fine, I got you. What do you say about athletes and celebrities? Is that a part of arrangement? Is that a part of somebody giving somebody away? Notwithstanding Diddy and that weirdness that he had going on? No, these women are there because they want to be. They're in celebrities' faces, kissing them all in the mouth, and they just met them 3 seconds ago because they want to be seen by that celebrity. They want that celebrity to pick them and choose them. They want to throw their undergarments all over the stage and do weird and wild things. They don't mind losing a husband. They don't mind losing a boyfriend because they want to be seen by that man. I don't know what y'all be thinking, what y'all be talking about. Acting like y'all are so far above men and, oh man, the man do this and the man. No, it used to be and it still is. Y'all are out here only getting with certain men of certain status. Not all women, but a lot of you guys. Y'all be trying to pull that nonsense on what y'all consider average men. And then when the man that you want turns around and pulls that on you, then all of a sudden all men are trash.
I had an ex who would try to tell me it's not all men, right? But one time, we were walking together in this really area of Seattle. There's a lot of areas, but there was one particular area that's kind of crappy. And we were just crossing the street together. And this man who is taller than us, both of us, this is why women want taller men, bigger men. This man, he catcalled me when I was with him. And my ex didn't do anything. He didn't say anything, nothing. Because they are afraid of other men. They don't give a f. They keep saying we're here to protect you. From what? From what? Because they're not doing any protecting. It's clear. Women are being unalived every 6 minutes. It's clear that no one's being protected. Anyways, so later that day, he kind of brought it up. He was like, I just feel like I can't even protect you, da-da-da. But mind you, this is after I've made comments about it being all men. He took it personally. He was like, you can't say that. It's not all men. But you didn't even try to help me. You didn't stand up for me being catcalled. So now look what category you're in. Because that's the point that women are making. Because even if a man is kind of standing by and not doing something, they are also put into that all men category. Like, that would have been the perfect opportunity to prove that he is not part of all men. Now it showed up. I mean, it showed up in different ways. That's for a different video. That literally just showed me, like, it is all of them. And it's all of them because they are also scared of each other. They're scared of each other and they are scared to call each other out. This is also why all women need to be strapped. You can't rely on any man to protect you. You need to learn to protect yourself, basically. It's sad. There's no Prince Charming coming to save you, I know. But it's reality.
What you guys really want men to do and what your idea of protection is a man crashing out. A man going after things with wild and reckless abandon. It's emotional. That's a man that's not disciplined. That's a man that's not thinking straight. Oh, well, he told me he wasn't able to protect me. Listen, let's exchange him for a man that is as tall as that other guy and is willing to protect you. Most men understand violence. They understand what it does. They understand the use of force. And if they don't have to use it, then they're probably not going to. Well, what about the men this? What about the men that? Their men, by and large, are not really doing that. They're not being violent like you guys continue to say that they are, and you know it. Or else, if that were the case, even before, you wouldn't even be on camera right now. You wouldn't even be in your house right now. You'd be probably at the police station filing a report. You'd probably be out somewhere fighting for your life. Windows closed, blinds shut down because you don't want nobody to see in. At that point in time, men would be jumping through the window trying to get at you. If it were that way, if they were so out of control, but they're not. But that's what you want. That's what a lot of women out here, or excuse me, some women out here want. They want a man when they hear another dude to catcall them to be like, what you say? And then start swinging on him. Never mind that you could have just ignored it and said, you know what? Unless that man comes over here and starts putting his hands on you and really gets like out of the way, then, you know, we can keep on walking. I'm about to go in here and get my hamburger and fries. Y'all go back and forth between, oh man, act like you had a man. I don't want. He said he don't want nobody staring at me. Act like you. Tell me you ain't never had no baddie without telling me you ain't had no baddie. So whenever you want somebody to talk to you, that's when you want somebody to talk to you. But then when you don't want somebody to talk to you, that's when you want your man to step in and just go berserk. No. There's got to be somebody in the relationship that's disciplined and is not going to jump at the chance. Now, I understand where you're coming from, but there's got to be somebody that says, maybe this ain't a battle that I want to fight. I know he probably shouldn't have said something, or he probably shouldn't have said that to you, but unless he comes over here and starts getting crazy, let's not make this a negative night.
If you date a man just like this, I want you to understand that you will completely ruin your life and you will set yourself up for failure, a miserable life if you date a man like this. A man that does not know how to regulate his own emotions, which means he doesn't lash out, doesn't argue with you about the situation. He tries to fix the issue. If you have a man that doesn't know how to do this, all he is focused on is being right and being righteous, getting to a point where if he tries to make you cry in a situation, he tries to get that reaction out of you. He's not even determined to fix the issue so that everything can be solved. That man lacks emotional intelligence. He lacks emotional regulation. A man like that is very, very dangerous to be with. If you as a woman are coming to him with a problem and he instead wants to argue with you and not fix it, his first instinct is to argue and, go back and forth with you and rise and escalate the situation, that is not a man worth being with. There's so many women I know that are with men that don't know how to stay cool, calm, collected in a situation. If anything, they make that woman more miserable. That woman can't go to that man to feel safe in that space. And in turn, what that makes that woman is that she becomes resentful. She can't go to him for any problems. She mothers him. She has to tiptoe over him. And what kind of life is that? That's not normal. That's a miserable life. If a man does not know how to make you feel safe, you will always be walking on eggshells. That is a horrible life to live as a woman. We are supposed to go to our men to solve the problem. And as the woman, you need to learn to come to the situation with emotional regulation as well. But if your man, though, does not understand how to stay calm in situations, try to find a common ground with you to make sure that both of your needs are met, that is not a man worth being with. You'll never ever feel that you can rely on him. He will be untrustworthy and you will feel very resentful of him with what he can provide to you. Please know, if this man does not know how to fix the issue and look at the problem versus just fighting with you, that is not going to be a very rewarding and fulfilling life with that man. You'll be very, very miserable. Please don't ignore that trait about him. You want a calm, stable, grounded man. That is the type of man you want to be with, and that is the man that will make you feel so safe, so secure, and you'll never ever feel like you can't ever rely on him.
Somebody in the comments said something similar to what I was thinking. So many times, men are expected to be the rock of a relationship. What does that look like? Well, when I'm breaking down, when I'm melting down, when I'm crashing out, I expect you to hold frame. I expect you not to move. I expect to be able to run to you whenever I need somebody to ground me and to center me. I expect you during an argument, when I'm going berserk and just getting darn near belligerent, when I'm calling you all out your name or saying subtle things that I know is going to trigger you, I want you to ignore those. I want you to overlook those. I want you to say, no, it's okay. You were just mad. You were just upset. Now I understand your feelings are valid. And then you never apologize for it. You expect that man, during you going back and forth with him trying to explain to you, this is why we're going the way we're going, this is why we got to do it this way. You expect that man, when you didn't just snapped and went left on him, to say, you know what? Let me walk off. Let me, while I'm out, go wash your car, fill it up with gas, clean it. Let me get you some Panera. I'm going to send that to you right now. I'm going to send you all your favorite gifts. I'm going to buy you a bag, some new shoes, just to make up for the fact that I wasn't wrong, but your feelings trump everything else we got going on. At some point in time, y'all got to start regulating y'all's emotions and disciplining yourself too. But we ain't going to talk about that.
Why does dating now feel like you're literally going to war? I met someone in public and was trying to be cute and organic and like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet someone like not on a dating app.
This video is why you shouldn't take everybody's word at face value. Go watch her whole entire video if you want to go see the most pointless story of all time. I'm going to summarize it, but basically this girl says this is the worst dating experience that she's ever had. And I'm going to tell you about the worst dating experience that she had. She said that she met this guy organically. She was super happy because normally she has to meet guys on dating apps, and they go on 2 separate dates. Okay, the first date went good, the second date not good. And it starts off that like they're riding in the car, he picked her up for the second date, and they're talking along the way, and she goes, yeah, and like there was a bit of an age gap. He was 31 and I was 23, and you know, like I thought I swore off dating guys in their 30s who are still single, which is like, you would never say that to a single girl, because every time I see a single 30-year-old woman, it's like, oh, it's okay, no, you're waiting, you're being strong and independent because you're waiting for your one. And then the topic of like what they're looking for comes up, and she says, listen, I'm looking for a relationship. And he says, that's perfect, me too. Actually, every girl that I've ever slept with was an ex-girlfriend. I've only been with 7 girls. I think he used the word body count, and you know, that was a red flag. But basically the guy was implying like, oh, that works out because I'm not somebody who casually hooks up with a lot of people. Every girl I've ever been with was an ex-girlfriend, a girl that I was serious with. And then she was like, oh my god, like why would he even say that to me? I mean, I think he was just trying to make a point that he's not somebody who's casual, so you don't have to worry about that with him. Anyways, they get to the restaurant, and in her own words, it was an okay restaurant. That typically means it wasn't really that expensive for me. But anyways, he orders a bottle of wine, and then like he made a little bit of a millennial joke. He said, oh, look at us being fancy, and then like raised the wine glasses, and that really gave her the ick. And then finally the dinner's over, they're on the way back, and she plays a song that she thought was a super common song, and he doesn't recognize the song, and he's like, what is this? And he's super interested. He's actually complimenting the song that she played, you know, showing interest in something she played. And that was an ick of hers because it was such a common song. How does he not know the song? And then finally, you know, the worst part of all this is that he takes her to the door, he walks to the door, she leans in for a hug, he leans in for a kiss and gives her a kiss, and then she, you know, was like, oh, I didn't really want that to happen. But anyways, that's the whole story. And thank God even the women were actually calling her out in this one, saying, he seems nice, I think you just don't like him, which is fine. And a lot of people saying it wasn't that bad, you just don't like him, and that's okay. I swear to God, some people just don't want to admit that they just weren't attracted to the person or whatever it is, because they just come up with the most boring examples of why, oh, he did something wrong here. Because I swear, ma'am, if this was your worst date, you've had a pretty pleasant dating experience. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
You all can understand that a woman should leave a man if he doesn't have enough money, but not that a woman should leave a man if he's her. You all empathize and understand if a woman leaves a man because he can't financially support her, but you empathize and make excuses for why a woman would stay with a man who's on her. And then you all say things like, well, if you all won't speak up about a haircut, your hair is going to grow back. You could die from getting in the face. I can't even believe that people who are considered smart came up with that argument. How is that anywhere near comparable? Not speaking up about a haircut? Probably because it's going to grow back. You might have to get reconstructive facial surgery after someone hits you. With a bottle? With a bat? At what point should you leave somebody? Because it seems like the only point is if they don't have money. Anything else is free game. I'm really trying not to crash out. I'm trying not to crash out because you all will make every excuse in the book just because these people have money. Y'all are even saying that they paid the security guy to speak up now about the Tory Lanez situation. You all understand why someone wouldn't leave in a partner, but not understand why someone wouldn't come out and speak up about a situation like that? Especially under Rock Nation? Maybe he was afraid? You are like, well, why did it take him so long? But you can't understand why someone would stay within a for so long? Oh, y'all playing gaslight of the century. This has to be the most epic gaslight of all time. And if we don't handle this right, properly, better than this, we want to talk about a gender war? I don't think people are going to go to war at all. I think people are just literally going to be just disgusted and just won't talk to anyone. Everyone's just going to keep to themselves. We're already wondering, why aren't people talking anymore? Why are people wearing their headphones? Oh, we're way past that. Y'all will be lucky to even see people at this point. Going forward. Why did it take him so long to speak up? Why didn't he say nothing at the time? Why didn't she leave him the first time he in the face? What difference does it make if they're saying it now? Right? As long as people speak up. This time frame matters, but this one doesn't. This one is bad, but this one's good. See, y'all are fighting optics, but the optics are much stronger. We acting like there aren't women who avoid accountability by claiming victim just to not be held responsible for their actions. It's sad that they had to come up with a limit on how many women could come forward or had to have like restrictions or guidelines or qualifications for what would be considered as being a victim, because so many people will flip and twist narratives just to claim it and reap benefits of it. Be looked at as a better person, to be coddled or paid attention to or paid. I blame SVU. I blame SVU. I blame SVU. I like there wasn't people on there trying to take advantage of situations. Do y'all remember the movie Liar, Liar? I don't remember the woman that he was helping in court. We've never seen it. It never happens. My last time talking about it. I'm about to get in my regular scheduled program because They got to. It's the only way that they get ahead. That's the only way. They get to the point to where they're not smart enough. I don't even say they're not smart enough. I won't even say that. I'll say they don't want to use their brain enough to get where they're trying to go. And it's extremely limiting for them to continue to operate in this pattern.
First thing men would do if they woke up as a woman is go sell. Yeah, that's what they would do. Because they see how you can use to get ahead. You can't, use to become a CEO, and you also can't use to become a president or something. Because if that was the case, there would be women in every high place. Because the men still control things. But the men fully understand that their weakness, understand that because every man's weakness. And because, if they were to wake up as women, they would still maybe probably have the same thoughts as a man. They would know exactly which targets to go after.
They wouldn't waste their time with broke dudes selling them the love dream because in their minds they already know it's a jam.
This is a thing where I always love it when women think that they're high and mighty. They are better than men. That men are scum, men are disgusting, all this stuff. Because what she said is like a whole lot of BS, a lot of stupidity. But what I want to focus on is more of the comment. Okay, They hate them because they're jealous. Read it twice. I have not heard one man who was asked, if you were a woman for a day, what's the first thing you'll do? Not respond with something fully. Most women would do too. Most women actually would womanize. You don't believe me? This is the thing where I love the internet, because it always disproves women's stupidity.
If I was a boy, every time that I did it with a girl, I literally finish, and then I tell her, like, what you about to do, and kick her out immediately.
If you could be a guy for a day, what's the first thing you do?
Probably a girl.
Okay, that's...
I want to know what it's like from the other side. If I was a boy?
Yeah, what would you do?
I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say it.
Who was going to say this?
Let me think of something else. I don't know, I'll just talk to some girls and see how it is from a different side. Point of view.
So you would do pickup, basically?
Yeah, I would do pickup, yeah. I'd be better at it than...
If you were a boy, right, like me or him, for one day, what would you do? What's like the first thing you would do?
She was thinking the same thing.
I would fit Miss Girls.
Let me go saying the same thing.
If you woke up as a man tomorrow, what is the first thing you would do? Because me personally, I'm stroking it till the sun goes down, until his skin falls off. And then I'm going to go outside and take a walk at night, comfortably, and maybe go to the club and meet a girl, and the sun comes up. Sorry, I'm not, but let's be honest here. You got that thing? It's getting used that entire day.
If you woke up tomorrow morning as a man, what's the first thing you would do? Have a wank?
This is a controversial opinion. I think women, and particularly women like that, the first one I showed you, are the ones to sow the division, the gender war, not men. What men do is respond to women. What men do is actually, they respond with logic to women. Not, in my personal opinion, create a gender war or push a gender war. Personal opinion. It is mostly to respond to women's actions, hold women accountable. Because this is a problem that a lot of women think that they're better than men. Because in one hand, they think men are the scum of the earth, men are only, and then think that women are high mighty, highbrow, something, they're not so, vulgar or whatever. But literally, thanks to the internet, which this is why social media is a perfect tool to disprove women's hypocrisies and delusions. You prove them wrong. Because in a lot of cases, if not most cases, women would womanize. Women would have sex. Women would pick up women. It's like, seriously, you do what men would do, or you do what you think what men would do. And then you say, "Oh, men only sex." Women do too. It's like, this is the thing where men is not out here making the distinctions. Men are not saying that, I'm like, women or men are no better than women, or men are above women in certain areas. No, but it's women's delusions. It's women trying to sow discourse. Okay, trying to divide. Okay, and I believe this is too, where I believe women are the ones to sow the divide between genders. I also believe women, and in some cases, the Democratic left, sow the divide between races. And I think that's disgusting. So, yeah.
Exactly. These women continue to try to say, well, a man is looking at me like this, or this man wants this out of me. Oh, this man is like this, and it be them. It be them. It really be them. How do you know? It's you saying that. No, that's them. That's them saying that. Some of these women continue to tell on themselves what they actually want. If I was a man, I've never thought that as a man. When I'm a woman, I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. I would never have thought that. I don't even think about being a woman, to be honest with you. But some of y'all be so engulfed and so intertwined into these delusional worlds that this is what y'all come up with. Come on back to reality now.